Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Benzino.
Right.
Successful entrepreneur, successful rapper. He's seen a lot of things, he's experienced a lot of things. He used to be in this situation, in the streets, in a negative situation. He ascended to a new situation, a new level. We are here to address what's going on in the streets.
Right.
We are here to talk about the negativity that's going on, and we want to know how can we address this negativity and change this negativity.
You know, the way I look at it is, it got to start. I mean, it's a couple of things. There has to be a good sense of community where people kind of like step up and really try to like get across positive things. You know what I'm saying, to like the younger generation. You know, because when I was coming up, you know what I'm saying, I would always respect the people that were older than me. And they would, like, you know, kick some real knowledge, some real, you know, street, you know what I'm saying, stuff that later on in life would become, a real, big part of me even surviving. Whereas that I think the youth of today, and maybe some of the generation before that, I think the sense of that got lost. Where, you know, I think the influx of media and I think the internet, cable TV, just the bombardment of different forms of media was such a big influence, whereas, you know, when I grew up, it wasn't all that much media. You had ABC, NBC, and CBS. These vehicles, you know, a lot of times when there's no face behind a word, a blog, or whatever, when there's no real face behind it, or somebody to really stand up for what they're saying, then, you know, you don't know if that stuff is true or not. So a lot of these kids are just going with is a fad, and the influence, you know, are, you know, celebrities, the influence of artists, the influence of people that are just on reality shows, that are just on a big medium that they see as influential, when really the whole influence of the civil rights movement, hip hop, what it was supposed to be, as a tool to get up out of the hood, to empower the hood, to put money in your pocket, even someone that's coming out of jail. All that's gotten lost, and morality becomes like a backseat to money, to making money. And you know what I'm saying? And also I think it's a responsibility for us to unify, to just understand how powerful corporation can manipulate us, for us to kind of understand that, so it doesn't happen to the extent it is, you know what I'm saying, to where it's really corrupting the minds of our youth and tearing up the hoods all across America. Yeah.
Powerful. Have you ever been witness to the negativity in the ghetto? Have you ever seen?
No, I've been a part of it. I've been a part of, I've been a part of the bloodshed. I've been a part of shooting, being shot at, shooting at. I've been part of the jail system. I've been part of the court system. I've been part of the federal trial system. I've been a part of every facet there is, because you got to understand, the judicial system is fed off of us. We feed that. We give jobs to all these places, that all these peoples in these little towns that have the jails and court systems. We give them all jobs, you know, and we're the food for that system. The judicial system would be nothing without us feeding it. The powers that be have learned to use us against us, because hip hop was made to bring the cultures together. It's probably the most influential thing past any religion to actually bring black, white, Latino together. It was, you know, so when it was a situation where hip hop was bringing the suburbs and the more affluent people out there, the majority of the white people were coming and saying, hey, this is creative, this is all right. Now, you know, it's a situation where now, okay, hip hop's all right, but now when corporations got it, Clear Channel, Viacom, now it becomes something where it's about money, and again, we feed that. And when you look at the last 5 to 10 years, you know, artists are doing bad out there. You know what I'm saying? The money has been taken actually from the community. They found a way to make it a part of their machine. So if you're part of their machine and working for the machine, that's where the money's going. And the artists have so much, like, it's just not about money for them. You know, for a lot of these kids, this is a situation where they feel this is it. Like, without this rap, you know, a lot of these young kids come to me like, man, this is all I got. I'm telling them, look, don't think like that. But at the same time, this is how they feel. And this type of realness, you know, corporation don't feel that. The next generation is so saturated with what's on the internet that we haven't totally lost them. Because I believe that the real hood niggas, the real niggas like that still got the morality, they want to do us away, and they want to condition what niggas are left out to make them a certain way and have them dress a certain way and homogenize them. And I believe that's what happened to a lot of cable stations, a lot of rap shows, rap in general. Stuff that's on the music, they homogenized it. They don't want us to talk about our struggle. They basically wiped out any type of black conscious rap. And you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's heavy.
What's the solution to this problem?
The only solution is, I mean, you gotta have funds for the hood. You know, when I was coming up, there was actually money that would fund after school programs and things for these impoverished youth to do. That's very important. If these impoverished youth don't have nothing to do, of course they're gonna run around and get into trouble. It's an obvious thing. You know, I think culturally, it's old news to what's out here, whether it's black, Irish, Italian, African American, you know what I'm saying, Polish, Jew, whatever it is, religion, color, whatever. I think we're already past that. I think we just gotta know where we stand financially as, you know, and if we're in the same community and in the same type of, whether in the business, industry, or community, we gotta find where we kind of meet up at and where we're gonna need each other's help at. Because it's it's the disparity between the fucking unemployment rate for what they tell you is ridiculous compared to what they say, what's the unemployment rate for black people? They say unemployment rate, national unemployment rate, 12%. Say black people, it's probably 40%. So you understand what I'm saying? We gotta stop believing everything we see on TV and really try to, you know what I'm saying, use the internet to dig up some information, opposed to looking at somebody's blog or entertainment all the time.
Joel, yes. What do you think is the contrast between how you lived, having parents that are millionaires, and how what Benzino's explaining, what I went through? What is the difference?
Well, I was fortunate. I grew up very, very, very wealthy. You know, my grandmother owns an apartment building, you know, and not to express too much, but the main point is, thank God I had a housekeeper, Monica, if you're out there, who had a son my age. Monica was from Jamaica. She was black, and her son was my best friend. And my first best friend. 5 years old, we used to take cheese, and he used to love cheese, and I still remember sitting in the living room, and we really liked each other, and that ingrained in me love for everyone. And besides for that, unfortunately, my family a lot of times is nice to everybody, but they say, oh, Goyim, nations of the world. Let you stay in the synagogue, be Jewish.
Goyim is everybody who's not Jewish.
Nations of the world, anybody, Gentiles. But thank God, I played basketball in Brooklyn, New York on the street ball, and I loved everyone, and I got to know everyone, and I was blessed to grow up in multicultural nationalities. I just hope that we have people like Benzino, a wonderful, wonderful artist who cares about the world. Let's get really multimillionaires. Let's get an organization together. Let's ingrain in our youth, the whole world should realize that it's finally time, that we should all support each other.